What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Marky Mark. I want to do a quick little video on my top 10 albums of the year. You guys are going to see a couple albums like you would probably enjoy or are going to be left out of this. The thing is because either I didn't like them or I haven't listened to them. One given, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight by Travis Scott. I haven't heard it, so it might be best. It might be my number one, but I haven't heard it yet, you know? This is just off of what I've heard, and I'm probably gonna listen to it off the screen because it's already too late to do a reaction, but you guys can let me know. But without further ado, here's my list. So at number 10 I have SREMMLIFE 2 by SREMMLIFE. This album really surprised me considering I'm not the biggest fan of SREMMLIFE. You know, I'll listen to them, you know, they got their bangers, but I'm not crazy about them. But this album was so good. Every one of these songs could have been on the radio. And this was very different from the first one. The first one was alright, this one was phenomenal according to them, you know? This was beautiful. I have a video, I'll put in the link. It was just great. Now on to the next one, Blank Face by Schoolboy Q is my number 9th album. It was pretty decent. It wasn't mind-blowing as much as I thought it would be, but it was pretty good, you know? They had, what's it called? Groovy Tony was phenomenal. That part, I hate it now, but the first time I listened to it, it was really good. By Any Means, I love that song, and Dope Dealer is pretty good too. To be honest, I've seen Schoolboy Q live. He's not that good, but you know, other than that, you know, he killed it with this album. You know, this was a decent listen. On to my number 8th album, I have Untitled and Unmastered by Kendrick Lamar. I wanted this to be my number 1 so bad, but there was so much better music dropped in the year that I could not. I'm a huge Kendrick fan, but the amount of music that was dropped this year, I just could not have it as my number 1. Kendrick, you know, this was a 8-track, I think like 30-minute tape. This shit was fucking great, dude. Like, he kind of, I think these are throwaways from To Pimp a Butterfly, greatest album of all time. I have it right here, but it's behind my green screen, so I'm not gonna pull it. Untitled 1 I like, Untitled 2, Untitled 3, 4, I love the whole thing. I can listen to the whole thing back to back to back. Other than, you know, there's like the Whispering one, which is kind of my least favorite, if anything, but other than that, you know, Kendrick killed it. I can't wait to see what he's going to drop in 2017, maybe that collab project with J. Cole. We'll just have to wait. Anyways, on to my next one, I have Frank Ocean's Blonde. So, this one I didn't feel could be higher because I haven't listened to it enough, but it's pretty good, you know. Like I've listened to it like maybe 6 times. It's not good enough to be number 1 just for the simple fact that it's my first time kind of being introduced to Frank Ocean. I haven't really listened to Channel Orange, but I know like the radio hits off of that one. It took me a couple listens to understand like the whole concept of this tape. And there's really good songs that I didn't like the first time. And I had a reaction video, but it got deleted. There were a couple songs I had to listen to over and over again to understand them. And finally, like, oh, you know what, this is really good. But you know, other than that, you know, it was just decent overall. So this one actually surprised me. I didn't think it was gonna be on here. Number 6, I have Jeffrey by Young Thug. This album blew me away, and I am not a Young Thug fan either. I was that person that was saying, yo, who the fuck listens to Young Thug? He's trash. This was really good. Let me pull up the album real quick. Give me a sec. Wyclef Jean, really good. Floyd Mayweather, I didn't really like. Swizz Beatz, Future Swag, Riri, Harambe, Webby, Kanye West. All these songs were so good. I did not think I was gonna like a Young Thug album till this one. It's been on repeat. I've listened to it so many times during class, at work. I'm surprised. Where the fuck did this come from? And like I said, I'm not a Young Thug fan, but this shit, oh my god, this was really good. Hats off to Young Thug real quick. Now for my number 5 album, I have Chance the Rapper's Coloring Book. This album, this was another one that took me a couple more listens to see, oh, you know what, this is so fucking good. This was phenomenal. Like, production, lyricism, features, all the features on here were perfect. To think of them, I think it was Summer Friends, Same Drugs, the first one, and Mixtape. Those were a couple of the ones I like, and also like Angels featuring Pablo. that was a really good album. Like, I think Chance killed it. He's getting all the Grammy nods, so shout out to him because he did it beautiful. It was a beautiful mixtape. Now on to the next one I have. These are my top 4. Number 4 I have Bobby Tarantino by Logic. He fucking killed this. Like, I kind of got into Logic this year, but I have never had an album that I have put on repeat so much in my life. Give me a second to pull that up so I can tell you. Okay. Flexecution, great song. Slave 2, Wrist, Super Mario World, 44 Bars, Slave, and Deeper the Money. All those songs were fucking... Oh my god, I had them on repeat. Like, it was kind of like Jeffrey. I have them playing during my streams. I have them playing on my work. When I'm taking a shower, I have that shit bumping. This was fucking good. For a surprise mixtape, this was really good. It didn't blow me away like the other Logic projects, but this was still a really great listen, and Logic killed it, so shout out to Logic real quick. Number 3, I have Waking at Dawn by Roy Woods. This was kind of my first Roy Woods album. I kind of listened to his, I think, the Exodus EP. It was alright. Drama was really the only song I liked. This one now, though, like, oh my god. I played the shit out of this album. Why is my favorite song off of there. The other one, what was it called? Sonic Boom, How I Feel, Down Girl, Switch, Why, Menace. All these songs were so good. Roy Woods, he killed it. I haven't listened to Nocturnal. I might do a album reaction to it. Let me know if you guys want that, but my god, this shit was so good. Hats out, like I said, shout out to Roy Woods, you know, because this surprised the shit out of me. Okay, so these 2 albums, I was kind of iffy on which one was going to go first and which one was going to go last. Or no, which one was going to go second and first, but I decided to make up my mind. I went ahead and chose Life of Pablo for number 2. I discovered Kanye this year. I listened to all his albums. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I have the vinyl. I listened to that this year. I mean, I'm not going to put it on my list because it came out like 2010, but I love that album. So when I listened to all his albums before this one dropped. Obviously, it's not like old Kanye, but when I put this on, this was really good. Ultra Light Beam is one of my favorite intro songs to an album I've ever heard. Honestly, that thing is so great. And then after that, we have, right after that, You Cut Until Father Stretch My Hands, which is one of the hardest songs I've heard this year, or last year. Part 2, Designer, I'm not a big fan of Designer. Famous, it was alright, but it is what it is. Feedback was pretty good. Low Lights, I'm not the hugest fan. I mean, it's just like an interview. Highlights is alright. It grew on me. Freestyle 4, I love Kanye. Waves, oh, don't get me started on Waves. Once that beat drop, I'm wilding the fuck out. FML, Real Friends, Wolves, oh, the rest of that shit just so good. No More Parties in LA, 30 Hours. I barely had any problems with any of the songs on here, and it was just phenomenal. And I really wanted to put it at my number 1, but this next album just took me by surprise. Number 1, I have Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino. Oh my god, the first time I put this album on, I was driving to Vegas and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just give this a quick listen. I want to do a video on my top 10. Oh my god. This album is amazing. I didn't even know there was I would have copped the vinyl had I known. Me and Your Mama, first time I listened to it, what the fuck is this? I listen to this again when I'm in a good mood. I'm just like, oh, this shit's so mind-blowing. And then the rest of the album, Redbone, I actually found this version here, check this out. I found this version of Redbone which is like really slowed down, and this thing is, just listen. But this was a really good fucking album. I've never, like, this is kind of how I felt with The Pimp a Butterfly last year. This was phenomenal. Oh my god. I've never felt so many feels listening to an album until I listened to this one. Other than that, you know, this shit was just, oh my god. So, that's pretty much it. If you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the love. I know I got like 350 subs. I've got more videos coming out soon. I just need to sit down and record them. But thank you guys for everything, and I'll see you later.